Howdy folks, Justin here. We are hopping back into the ladder with the Tyrs for Giant Fears Crusader mid-range life gain deck. Got the deck list there on the left. You know, it's the most recent change was the addition of Dawnbreaker, which has served me pretty well. The deck, you know, might do better against control with some heroic rebirths and a few retools to the deck, but I kind of like where it's at right now. It's capable of racing a sorcerer value deck. It beats more aggressive decks pretty handily. It's weak to Merrick Battle Mage. Spell Sword control is pretty tough unless you can be really aggressive. And Archer is the aggro deck it struggles against the most, so maybe we get a lesson in humility here. We're playing against Amphideus. And execute Rift Thane, more cool. I think we'll throw back more cool, but I like these two for sure, and another Rift Thane's perfect. Definitely like the execute against early 2/2s with Pilfer, as well as the guard creatures, the small guard creatures that Archer often runs. So let's see how we do here. Our opponent is the Assassin. We are the Director of Despair. If you have a recommendation for a different title we should use, go ahead and let me know. I will definitely throw down Broom Profiteer, and I will do it in a shadow lane so that I can avoid a charge creature killing it, because just getting one life point ahead of my opponent can really be great. You know, whether it's against Swindler's, you know, zero cost combo type deck, where they're trying to kill you in 1 turn or 2 turns with a Smuggler's Haul and some of those supports, or it's a more traditional Archer deck that's just trying to exploit. I don't like the look of that. Oh, well, I can definitely execute that, and I think I will. Yeah, definitely. Now that I have the other execute. Like I said, no matter which Archer it is, being above 30 life is huge against them and can win either game. With a second execute, I feel great about that. I mean, I'm just complete card disadvantage by doing that, but I get ahead on life. I'm putting pressure on my opponent. It should be alright. And we will be able to javelin a Markarth Bannerman before they can attack with it, which is pretty good too. So I really got to save this for those cards, though.
My sword hand itches.
Sure. So I don't trade in, but I swing in with the Rift Thane. I keep the execute because there are future cards I may want to execute. Ungulum or Rapid Shot? Arrow to the knee. Well, that is unfortunate because that to me says I'm playing Skaven Pyromancer. As such, I'm going to execute again. Just give him the 1-for-1. Or, you know, maybe the Leaf Lurker. And as tempting as it's going to be, I can't Piercing Javelin Leaf Lurker. Giant Bat. Okay. Maybe this is a... I don't even know. Maybe this is a Mimic deck?
What have we here?
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to put Ravenous Hunger in a separate lane from the Rift Thane. Werebat?
If I fall,
There's the Fighter's Guild Recruit.
there's a plan.
Alright, I'm not super thrilled about how this is turning out. Not thrilled at all. Archers, you know, it's the aggressive deck with the most flexibility as far as removal goes and ability to come back. I mean, look at this. My hand is just a Piercing Javelin. He's running arrow to the knee. Got a giant bat then to clear this up.
My stones move in shadow.
Don't get me wrong, Arrow to the Knee is a horrible card. And
They
a
cannot hope to outwit me.
even in a dedicated deck, what am I trying to say? A dedicated Shackle deck with Dres Tormentors, I would never run that card. But it is good in certain situations, and my opponent has found several of them here. So do I just push damage, or do I trade? What I really need to do is draw Triumphant Jarl, the card that I'm sure this guy's holding on to and waiting desperately to play. I will Earthbone Spinner this, I guess.
You won't foil my plan.
Just keep pushing damage. I mean, I don't know what else to do right now. My hand is just Piercing Javelin. I was saving that for our Bannerman, but as it could be still any kind of Archer deck, I don't know what exactly I should be trying to play around here. Really just need to draw some of my late game. I need to draw Triumphant Jarl or Golden Saint. Reeve would be okay. Belligerent Giant would be nice tempo play, more than likely. At this point, though, I would say I'm likely to lose this game. We'll see what happens. Okay. Gonna tab out while my opponent does whatever my opponent is doing. I'm ferociously refreshing the Elder Scrolls Legends Reddit page looking for new cards. We just saw Sanctuary Pet be revealed. A card I'm pretty excited about. See if I can't get that onto the screen, actually, since my opponent appears to be wasting my time. Yeah, we'll go to my Twitter. We will go to the picture. We will save the image as pet. And then we will load the image up on the screen. It's unfortunate that I have this much time. Yeah, so here's the new card, Sanctuary Pet. We'll just leave that right there in the middle of the screen while we talk about that real quick. What I like about Sanctuary Pet... Ooh, we hit a prophecy from our opponent. What I like about Sanctuary Pet is that, first of all, this is a control card, I think is safe to say. It's a control card that you can drop pretty early in the game, which is something I really like. And I also like the fact that, looks like my opponent actually just DC'd, so I feel kind of bad for talking all that shit. But I like the combination of abilities. Lethal plus Shackle is really cool. Skooma, I can never remember the name of the card, but the Skooma dealing cat, the 3 magic, a 2/2 green creature that gives another creature you control lethal, has always been a card I thought was like playable in the right situation and on the cusp of playability in general. So the fact that I think this card is almost just strictly better.
You won't foil
Okay,
my
so we won
plan.
that game. Sorry about the disconnect, Amphideus, but the show must go on. But what I like about Sanctuary Pet is that, like, it gives Control Monk a lot of options it didn't have before. I think if you were running Crushing Blow in a Ultra Monk or in a more traditional Control Monk deck, you are going to run Sanctuary Pet there instead. And it looks like you just made 50 gold, so we will just keep... well, we'll get him off the screen, actually. There's no point in keeping that around, but that's a card that I'm excited to see added. That was today's addition. 4-0 with the Tyrs for Giant Fears deck since I started playing it. We will do one more game, I guess, with the Tyrs for Giant Fears deck. Or I guess 3-0 maybe. See how we do with it now. Good deck, though, and I'm glad, too, because it had been a while since I came up with a good list. Crusader midrange, exploiting Golden Saint and Triumphant Jarl, playing against Valiati, by the way, was actually the second deck I tried to really make my own after playing against Warrior. Maybe some Orcs. That'd be sweet. We'll keep the Pyromancer because we have the ring. But it was the second deck I really tried to make happen after I got Ramp Scout to a place where it was successful and being played all over the place. But unlike Ramp Scout, I could not make Life Gain Crusader a thing. I could not make it work. Ooh, almost just clicked that for no reason. There are videos from August or September where you can see me trying to make it work. I called the deck Indiana Jarls back then. Just Power Mans for this. But yeah, like I said, it just wasn't going anywhere. I finally was able to make it work. With Reeve being changed, Stampede Sentinel being a thing, and the meta itself being different a couple months ago. And I've loved playing it ever since. And it had been a while since I had a hit on my hands. Altar Monk wasn't my idea.
Found you.
Ooh, is there any way we can punish this? I mean, kind of.
I'll kill you while you stab.
We can at least not lose our dude here. It's another argument for running Crushing Blow in this deck, though. Which we're not running, which I've thought about running, talked about running, but I'm not running. What do we got? His name's the Clan Chieftain. Like, where are the orcs, man?
My arrows shall fly true.
This should be good.
Okay. There are the orcs, apparently. So this is unfortunate, right? We have a Triumphant Jarl in hand that we can't play for cards, and we have an East March Crusader that's not going to draw us a card. Somehow, despite a pretty good start, we have fallen behind. And my opponent's running Sharpshooter Scout alongside Greystone Ravager. So maybe this was just a really slow start from a kind of an orc deck. I don't know. I just don't know. And it looks like it was. That's unfortunate. And I don't think we're coming back from this one either. I mean, a Pyromancer might do it. Or a Vermina is not going to do it.
We'll hold, no matter what.
Good game, buddy. You lulled me into a false sense of security, and then I drew nothing but 6 drops. It's good, though, that we get this loss, because, the deck is strongest against aggro decks,
One shot.
but not unbeatable.
Good.
Yeah.
Score something.
I like our arms.
Sure. If you have another Stone Shard Orc, you can just kill it. Yeah, Hive Defender seems pretty good. If you don't have a Stone Throw, this should trade favorably. Or you could have any number of cards that beef up your Wood Orc Headhunter by 1 attack. Stampede Sentinel, though, they're just not going to do it in this match. Let's see what we get. Seven cards in hand. So he plays Militant Chieftain. We want him to bring back... Well, I guess there's only one orc in his graveyard. What you got? Okay, you got the Butcher.
Get one shot. Unity. Make it good.
Yeah. You got it, man. You didn't swing. Okay.
Close ranks. Let nothing through.
I guess that's the play. Do you have another Stone Shard Orc or a Sharpshooter Scout? Sharpshooter Scout, like that Shackle card, another example of a card that is not good, that you should not play, but still sees play, and is occasionally really good.
The forest will not suffer.
Yeah,
your
Earthbound
presence.
Spinner.
Kill for you.
That's game. That is game. I will.
There will not
I will let him figure it out, but we should be dead.
The longer the odds, the sweet get one shot. Make it good.
It's hard to argue with drawing all three of those, but yeah, there you go. Let's play one more game. That was, you know, I mean that's what happens when you don't draw the right cards. But my opponent had a pretty good start there, so let's see what we can do. Do 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 do. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, you can hop on in. It's just what is my handle? At the Justin Larson. If you want a heads up on when I'm posting new content, some behind-the-scenes jokes and photos talking about the game, that's cool. This looks pretty good. I also talk about Eternal and Civilization a little bit since I play those games as well. Don't make content for them. I don't actually know how entertaining a video of somebody playing Civilization would be, but I guess there are those people out there. Alright, and Justa here is probably playing Item Sorcerer, as that's the most popular variety of Sorcerer. We'll see if they have a Daggerfall, a Ward Crafter, or a Windkeep Spellsword this turn. Or, I'm sorry, next turn too. Don't mind just dropping the Profiteer in the field lane right now. Dawnstar is the follow-up. You know, this guy's going to get eaten by a creature with Ward, unfortunately. That is just how this deck works. No play. So we might actually be, again, facing against one of the slower control versions of this deck that I've seen recently. It'd be interesting. I've got two great different options for next turn. We need a...
Don't mess with me. You won't foil my plan.
I'm just going to drop Hive Defender. You know, with the Jarl in hand, we should be good resource-wise, so I don't mind just giving him cards. And Reeve is still going to be good next turn. Now, in 2 turns, if my opponent has a Night Shadow, we have a limited number of options for dealing with that, unfortunately. Okay. Unless you got a Firebolt, too. I think I'm okay with this. I'm just going to develop Reeve. You got it. That is, of course, tempting. But I feel like the potential opportunity to kill a Night Shadow with that this turn is too much to resist.
5 and 8.
No, not just a Daggerfall Mage.
The waters of life.
Alright. So it's just Jarl? No, I think it's Stampede Sentinel, actually.
Pain and ecstasy. You won't foil my plan.
We got plenty of stuff to actually play this turn, and Stampede Sentinel should be able to end the game pretty quickly. Especially if we slap a Dawnbreaker on it. So if you Lightning Bolt this, you don't have a lot of time to do anything else this turn. If you drop another small guard creature, not super worried about that. Sure. Okay, let's make sure we don't miss lethal here.
Close ranks. Let nothing through. Pain and ecstasy.
Alright, we hit a Prophecy, unfortunately, and if it's a Lightning Bolt, I will be super sad. Actually, all the Prophecies are bad. Yeah, Shrieking Harpy, too. Okay, so that happened. That is unfortunate. But it's going to take a little work to make this happen. I mean, you can do it here and here. I think I get an attack with Reeve then the following turn. But maybe you have some more Maces of Encumbrance. You never know. Hey, Celine. We just got hosed by a prophecy.
You must be
Yeah.
cleansed.
Chef and priest.
Do not vex me.
Okay.
Tyrs.
Honor and blood. I will push them back.
Holding on to the belligerent giant because we can bounce a guard creature with it.
A fine display.
Thanks.
Victory is yours.
By the edge.
Cool. Okay, so 4 or 5 and 1. Pretty good. It's about what I expect from this deck. You know, I mean, I feel like it's good. It's still good. This sorcerer control list that's been getting more popular lately seems to be really good against that because it's weak against decks running Manticora as far as control decks go. Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, thanks for joining me, guys. I hope the season's going well for everybody. I will probably next week make the push for Legend, so be on the lookout for that. That'll probably be a combination of Tears for Giant Fears and maybe Control Mage. I'm kind of partial to that deck still, so anyway, we'll see. I hope Chaos Arena went well for everybody. I only had time for 2 runs this weekend. Had a 7 and 2 run and a 4 and 3 run, which is not great, but I had a lot of fun doing that. I'm looking forward to it next month. But of course, what I'm looking forward to most is Fall of the Dark Brotherhood, which is coming out soon. So see you then.